Hello, my name is Parker.
And my name is Ned.
And this is the Force Unlimited, yet another Star Wars Unlimited podcast. This is episode number 39. That
Woo!
is 313s. Triple bad luck. We are in a busy week. We have a ton to cover because we are between pre-releases and Galactics.
Yes.
I just want to note, I'm drinking a Hopworks Beer Time Pilsner, which I stole from Ned when we were playing Arcs earlier this week. And I just want to say, I lose at SWU a lot. I lose at Star Wars Unlimited a lot.
Yeah.
But right now, I am now in an Arcs campaign. I am in a Triangle Agency campaign. I am in a Daggerheart campaign. In the last couple of weeks, I've played Molly House. I've played Blood on the Clock Tower. So, yes, I may lose at Star Wars Unlimited a lot, but from tabletop, I think this is actually some of the best, most winning I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, I would say that between the board games that we have played recently, I think that you have won all of them.
Oh yeah, I forget the. I was just talking about winning at life, Ned.
No. But
I wasn't even talking about.
I gotta keep score. Yeah.
I absolutely. Oh man, that Arcs campaign is off to a fantastic start.
I'm loving it.
But to be fair, you invited 3 lawyers, and I got dealt the advocate, which meant I got to be the space lawyer in a game full of lawyers. So it's of no surprise that I crushed it. And wait till you see what happens when I implement space taxes. It's going to get.
Listen, I'm not paying a dime in goddamn space taxes. I have my own thing going.
I'm a part of the Commonwealth now too, Ned, but we got a lot to cover.
Yes.
So tonight's episode, Ned, what happens when people go to Vegas?
Frequently they get married, often by Elvis. Or at the Taco Bell.
Man, I was hoping we would just arrive over this 5 times
no.
the answer.
Well,
That's exactly right. We get married.
I want to go to the Taco Bell wedding cantina. They have a Taco Bell wedding cantina in Vegas.
We will go to the Taco Bell wedding cantina in Vegas. Because I was going to say, Ned, at Vegas, I've been watching people talk about steak and how the fine dining, and I've just been thinking about it. I was like, no, you know what? I've been led to believe that there is every fast food in the country also has at least one spot in Vegas.
Hell yeah!
And I think my dinners, I hope my dinners are with people that I enjoy the company of, beyond just you, Ned.
Sure.
But I'm pretty sure I'm going to go experience all of that East Coast fast food that also just happens to be in Vegas.
I mean, a lot of it's
we can go to Taco Bell.
A lot of it's moved to the West Coast now. There's a Shake Shack out here.
Yeah, it's great. It's right up the street from my house.
No, exactly. Yeah.
There's but I'm just saying there's others. Yes, this is our wedding vow episode for Legends of the Force, where Ned and I, if you are a newer listener, talk about decks that we are excited about in Legends of the Force. We talk about an old leader, a new leader, a borrowed deck, which means one from a content creator who is not us, and then something blue. We always end with a blue leader, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. But we actually have a other segment that we do. First, Ned, it is the last time we will be opening a Carbonite pack.
Unless you win some at Galactics. I mean, I'm not sure what the pricing situation looks like, but if you do win some at Galactics...
we literally, we're 5 minutes in the episode, Ned. We've already established I don't win a lot at Star Wars Unlimited. That's, in fact, the only thing we've genuinely covered. So this is our last Carbonite pack. And dear listener, unless you love watching Ned suffer to the tune of too much money, I think this is the end of our Carbonite segment, because I can't afford to just keep doing this just for no value of my own.
Throw Patreon money at Parker if you want this segment to continue.
Which is funny because the Legends of the Force prestiges are gorgeous.
They really are.
I just realized. Oh man, story time. Hold on, I opened the pack and I'm just setting it aside. Story time.
You got to build the anticipation.
So thank you, Fantasy Flight, for sending us content creator packs. We've made it,
Woo!
I guess. For some definition of made it, we're working our way up the ladder. Hard work, perseverance, 39 episodes. It pays off. But as we've established, I can't open things on video. It's just never going to happen. I'm terrible at it. I've had an entire Carbonite box to practice, and I've been literally ruining it right now. So what I tried to do is when I was on other social media sites, I used to see people would occasionally do packs just as photos, and I was like, I'll do that on Blue Sky, because I don't think I've seen that for Star Wars Unlimited on Blue Sky. I've seen it for Flesh and Blood. Let me see it. I'll be the first. I'm big on first. Let's do it for Blue Sky. And I was doing that, and I'm literally and so many stories. So while I'm going through, I note that the diptych. Credit to collector packs, Ned, for putting diptych and triptych in the like common vernacular of a subset of nerds who would otherwise have never used that word in their life. So, sure. That is something you cannot get without capitalism, Ned, is cultural appreciation and art. So I'm admiring the Gamegenic playmat that is the Shin Balin diptych, and I'm just so... It's stunning. It's gorgeous. I haven't uploaded the Legend of the Force Prestiges to Sweetie B, so I go onto the official site to see who did it so I can credit the artist. And what do you know? It's David Buisson. And I'm a big David Buisson fan. I've got his George Lucas book back there. I'm bringing it to Galactics. Going to get some people to sign it. Huge fan. Turns out he did the base card, and the official website doesn't acknowledge the artist on the prestiges, and it wasn't him. And I called him out in public, and he was just like, "Not me." And I was like, "Oh!" And so I was like, "No, I have to put the prestiges into the site now." I get that shame. So I spent the afternoon throwing prestiges on the website, and I just realized I abandoned that thread because of it. And I have an entire box of Star Wars Unlimited cards sitting in my guest bedroom that I haven't opened because I got distracted by that. I think I've been thinking about this game all weekend. It's release weekend, and I have packs that I haven't opened. I engage with this game a little differently, I think, than many. So back to the pack opening that I am absolutely terrible at and butchering. This box has loved Hyperspace
Thrawns.
It's been like 5. I'm just going to show the cards that people care about, because we know there's just going to be a lot of shiny. Another Houndstooth, I'll take it. That goes right into my Cad Bane deck. That's the only prestige.
Sorry,
I think I've
Parker. Cad Bane, can you remind me about that later?
Cad Bane is the Shadows of the Galaxy yellow black leader. He when you play an Underworld, you can exhaust him to deal 1 damage or kind of non-base indirect. Man, that kills me. It's one thing I hate about him now. Like I said, he's almost indirect, but not because of whatever balance reason. No, one legendary. Okay. Got the Scramble Fighters, not a playable legendary, but a legendary, nonetheless.
Dream big.
It was a gorgeous pack. Absolutely love it. Anyways, we got a lot to cover. I can't even. This is why I'm shocked that we got sent things. I can't open packs. So anyways, I was doing this guy, and abandoned the thread halfway through because it was just a box opening. There are some great people who do box openings on streams. Thank you, Fantasy Flight.
Thank you.
We feel it. Like, we genuinely appreciate it because we recognize after 4 previous sets that not swag is not inherently stuff that we all get. So as the now getters, thank you. Moving on. How was your pre-release, Ned?
It went pretty well. I went 3-1. So that was good. Was it 3-1 or 2-1? Sorry, I'm trying to recollect. I lost the eventual tournament winner. Was it 4 rounds or 3 rounds?
I don't know. I bounced after you checked me, man. I thought it was just 3.
Yeah, no, 3 is right then. That was the last round. Yeah.
And so Ned and I built across from each other. As we did not know that we were going to the same pre-release.
Nope.
A+ communication amongst the team. That might not seem a big deal to you if you are from a city that is not Portland. I get the impression that a lot of cities have like 3 or 4 FLGSs that are running pre-releases. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Star Wars Unlimited pre-release in Portland. We had like 20 stores doing Star Wars Unlimited pre-releases. So the fact that Ned and I were both going to the fact that we were both going out Saturday night for a pre-release does not in any way indicate we're going to the same store.
No.
There were throughout the city a dozen pre-releases that I could have driven to without inconveniencing myself. So the crowd was great. Ned and I played against each other. We I made the mistake of playing against Ned as a warm-up game, trying to be. Ned invited me to play. It was warm, casual.
Yeah.
Why not? And I showed all my tricks,
All
and
your bombs. Yeah. No. Yeah.
And honestly, he's good. But I think if you're playing Obi-Wan in a limited format, there's a good chance you're on the back foot. Not because he's good, but because he's such like an obvious. I mean,
Yeah.
both pre-releases I went to, Obi-Wan was everywhere,
Yes.
which means if you're playing him, it's
People have
because
gotten
like
reps
you haven't.
you know what is going to happen. You are going to get like turn one Gungi or some other like reasonably sized maybe Jedi Council are. They're going to attack in. They're going to make it bigger, and then that's just going to keep happening.
Well,
Yeah.
and he's just he's the leader who asks nothing of you, right?
Yes.
Like he just in a limited format, he generates XP tokens for Force. Great.
Yeah.
Like so it's like the default. Like
Yeah.
if you're playing something else, it's because they either didn't draw Obi-Wan or because they built something better. Which is exactly how that played out. My second pre-release, I got to bump into my nemesis, my Star Wars Unlimited nemesis. I did not realize until I walked into the door. I drove out to Red Castle Games. Shout out to Red Castle Games. Love that store. A plus. I wish it was not like an hour round trip for me. Participation prizes started at 1 OP pack for every set release so far. 5 OP packs for everybody who just walking in the door. And then on top of that, Carbonite stuff, Star Wars puzzles, like deck boxes.
Beautiful.
Absolute. Matt, the host, was in character. The music, it was just perfect. So I walk in. I'm so excited to go back. Our longtime dear listeners will know I started playing SWU at Red Castle at their Sealed Escalation League. So I walk in the door, and I see Carolyn. And Carolyn, if you remember, is the 8-year-old who absolutely devastated me in a draft event where her mom was asking if I played SWU. And so that comes up sometimes. It happens almost every time I play somebody new. I try to be polite. I'm like asking them, hey, do you play Star Wars Unlimited before? Like, is this your normal store? Like, what is your tabletop experience? How's life? And then they always ask how much, do you play Star Wars Unlimited? And it's like,
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Like, how do I answer that question honestly, but without self-aggrandizing? And so, like, I'm playing this. So, a few months back, I'm playing for Twilight. I'm playing at a limited Twilight event, playing against Carolyn. She is, I think, 8, and her mom is sitting next to me, just like parenting.
Yeah.
And the mom asked, because Carolyn is too terrified to talk to me. And the mom asked if I play Star Wars Unlimited, and I'm like, I have a similarly aged child. Like, this might not go very. I'm like,
right.
In my head, I'm like, I feel like I got a pretty good Darth Maul deck. I feel like this is gonna go down pretty brutally, and I got bodied, like absolutely devastated. So anyways, I walk in, and I see Carolyn's whole family sitting there. Her brother's super into the game. Her dad's super in the game. She's super in the game. And I didn't realize, just blood pressure, boop, like eyes dilated, like, oh God, she's here, right? Like, just like I didn't get a chance to play her, which is unfortunate. But I didn't realize. I was like, oh my God, I got bodied so hard by that girl that I still have a fight or flight reaction when I walk into the store months later. So. What a wonderful pre-release. This set is off. Man, great. And what a weird time to put out a new episode, because pre-release happened since we recorded our last episode. And before we record our next episode, Ned and I will have gone to Galactics in Las Vegas.
Woo! Viva Las Vegas.
It's going to be good for Ned. I'm also going to have fun, but I am absolutely I am not going to make it to lunch. I'm still trying to hunt down cards for my deck after I pick from of 2 decks. So we're there. We're at the picking the decks level of reps. So, but please, if you see us, Ned and I have our SWU shirts. Also, if you listen. I'm sick, like you can't tell because I'm at a standing desk right now, but I'm 6'6" on a good day. As I develop old man back, I'm trending towards 6'5", but still 6'5" with red hair and this voice, like, and the beard, like you'll see me.
Not a lot of other people.
I was talking with Paris of TCG Player the other day. I was wondering, like, normally that's like really distinctive. Like, hey, I'm a 6'6" redhead with a beard. Like, usually that's a great way, like through parenting things. Like, if I'm or work, if I need to coordinate with somebody I've never met, like, you can find me in the crowd. I'm this person. I realized, having never been to a CCG convention, actually, the demographics a narrow slice, and there may be more super tall redheads with beards than I think. That may not, so if you are a 6'6" tall redhead with a beard, and people come up and are like, "Hey, are you Parker?" and you have to deal with that this weekend, I'm sorry. I mean, I can't imagine it happens more than once or twice. But all right, yeah, come say hi to us in Vegas. We're there the whole time. Ned is going to be taking it seriously. I am there for the trilogy and the Twin Sons and the VIP breakfast.
I swore an oath, Parker. Like, I'm taking it seriously.
Yeah. We're okay. But before we're normally at this point we would talk a little bit about the game we just played, but we played with some of the decks that we're going to discuss, so we'll cut in when we have some.
We'll keep it in the back pocket for when we get there.
So, let's talk about decks we are super pumped to play in Star Wars Unlimited Legends of the Force out this weekend. Ned, what old leader, pre-Legends of the Force leader, are you excited to revisit?
I think that it should not be a surprise that Palpatine from Twilight continues to be
Chancellor
Palpatine continues to be a source of fascination. It's a yellow leader that has, I would say, one of the more unique abilities, and the fact that you're getting to double dip on like all the good villainy cards and potentially all the good hero cards, depending on how you build it, and for value of all the good stuff. Unfortunately, like, it's never come together so far. But I think that there is a card that is likely to or a couple of cards that are likely to make a huge impact. So I have built a Palpatine blue list. We are not using any of the Force spaces. The cards that we are looking for here are Lothwolf, which is a heroism blue 3/3 with Sentinel that can't attack. And then on the top end, or the upper end,
is that just a slow the roll?
It's one of the challenges when
or is it the fact that it's Sentinel is that it guarantees that you're getting a heroism defeated?
It's both, right? Like, it is a unit that slows your opponent down, which is something that the deck struggles with, and it's also a heroism unit that is extremely likely to die. And one of the challenges when you are playing Palpatine is getting your heroism units to die. You really need them to die. If you're not getting them to die, if you're not having heroism units that you get to die, you are frequently ending up in a situation where you are locked on the heroism side when you do not want to be. And once you get going, you make the clone trooper tokens, and you can throw away the clone trooper tokens, and you can keep having that fluid motion. But Lothwolf, the fact that it is very likely to die, particularly because the release of the Force spaces and just the dominance of Force decks has meant that there's a lot of more ground aggro than there was in JTL. That's a good card. And then you've got two other cards. At the 6-drop slot, you've got Anakin Skywalker, Champion of Mortis, a 5/7 that is basically custom built for Palpatine's ability, where it checks if you have a heroism or a villainy card in your discard pile, and for each type of those that you have, it does -3/-3 to something. So it's like a Luke Skywalker that comes out a resource earlier and doesn't require something to necessarily die, and also isn't moralityed, so that you can play it regardless of what size. Yeah.
Doesn't give you 3 restore.
Yeah. Yes. That's not.
But
yeah.
Yeah. But also he can split his 3.
Yeah. So you can kill
1/6/6
2
or 2 3/3s. Yeah. No, it does feel like thematically custom built for Chancellor Palpatine.
And then the new Darth Vader. This is less strong in this Palpatine list because you cannot ambush him, or you cannot make him ambush easily. But it's a 5/6 with that shields itself in an opposing unit, and then when it attacks, it kills something with a shield. Typically, the unit that you shielded, like, you can line it up. It's obviously better in a blue-green deck where you can ECL or timely intervention it out, but it's still pretty dang good. Good stats. I mean, in general, you want to try and close games out reasonably quickly.
This list is just like getting to the late game. Like, it's just Vader, Luke Skywalker, Redemption, Snoke, Super Laser Blast, Avenger. It's a disgusting top
You get
end.
to play all the good top end. Yeah.
All the good,
Except for
blue
Crate
top
Dragon
end stuff.
and maybe like.
There's other, but I mean, there's
Yeah.
other, but that blue top end is just obscene.
It's so good.
If you survive, so
Yeah.
that is a compelling
Yep.
deck. You are more creative than I, Ned.
Parker, what did you bring that was old?
Two Han, two Force. I am playing my old standby Han 2. Play with a Force base. Play good stuff earlier. It's a super fun deck. There is a lot of good stuff. He has the unique ability, like the ability to Force throw on turn 1. Right? You just drop Yaddle out cheaper and then Force throw. That's
beautiful. Yeah.
Force throw is the card of Legends of the Force.
Yep.
You just got Grogu. You can just immediately get him out early next turn, heal him to deal 2. Just so many powerful openings. We will revisit the fact that I struggled against Ogdo Bogdo.
Boy, Ogdo Bogdo is such a good card if you have a consistent way to put damage on it.
And lo and behold, getting him out on he's at 5/3, able to attack opening play.
Yeah.
For Han 2, it's absolutely delightful.
It's wild.
Just a complete rebuild of the deck. You've got from a unit standpoint compared to I think Legends of the Force is this is a different deck. You've got Poe, Luke, and Crate Dragon as returning hits.
Okay, so the good cards in those aspects.
The good cards, right? The ones that you're very excited to play a turn earlier for a little bit less. What actually really drew me to this, to revisit Han 2, other than just general excitement, and it was Ogdo Bogdo, but it was actually also a lot of lists I've seen have the Rebellious Hammerhead, which is a card that I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I got to enjoy Fleet Interceptor, but was the card on release that I was always really excited. It was always great in Limited. I struggled to make it good in Premier, but Kiadi Mundi, he's right there.
Boy,
you've got
I swear I'm gonna be so sick of seeing Kiadi Mundi and Mace Windu. It's just
and getting playing him on turn 3 as a 4/2, still has all the value that
cards.
we want.
Yeah,
draws 2 cards, right? And there's it's a very solid list that just plays that turn 2 or playing everything a turn faster. It feels it's exactly what I want. A little bit of greed, but you don't have to worry about it because you're ahead of curve the whole time.
The only thing that I'm a little bit curious about is why you're running Ezra Bridger over what's his bucket? The Smuggle 3/5 that comes in ready when you smuggle them out on 5. The main character of
Cassian Andor.
Cassian Andor, yeah.
Because he just ends up just coming out as he's a 3/3 on turn 2,
Force.
but he's
not
right,
Force also. Okay, yeah, ignore me.
But Force, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking for Force. And you've got you're Ogdo, being able to put an experienced token on Ogdo Bogdo, not bad.
Not bad.
That's really that's the dream. It's mostly Force. But that's my list. That's who I'm excited to revisit. Who are you excited? Which leader? No shenanigans. Everything else has limitations.
Sure.
What leader are you most excited about? Introducing Legend of the Force to build for.
This is the deck I am most excited about. This is not the leader that I am most excited about. So I want to be clear here, and that is the deck. This is a fun deck. This is Greven Green, or Revan Green, or Greven.
Okay.
The idea here is whenever I see a villainy leader that deploys on 5 and has a reasonable stat line, I immediately start thinking about Overwhelming Barrage, because deploy leader, Overwhelming Barrage is just a real brutal turn. You also have Darth Malak, who also comes out on 5 and comes out ready and is a 4/7 overwhelm. So those are both like really good arguments for being there. It also helps that the classic curve of like 3 into 5 with Super Laser Technician and Resupply is eminently doable. So you're getting to do that a turn early. And
but
yeah,
that so everything you're describing has existed before.
yes,
Well, except for Malik.
yeah. I mean, the fundamental reason why is that you are able to play a sufficiently large units and accelerate sufficiently quickly that I think you can get good stuff done with Revan. The card that I am least happy about, and one of the challenges though about building this is when you're playing a leader with only one aspect, you are frequently having to reach into kind of like the back drawer of units. Am I excited about playing Seasoned Fleet Lieutenant? No. Am I excited about playing Seasoned Shore Trooper? No. Am I over the moon about playing TIE Ambush Squadron? No. But you get basically the whole deck is built around this power turn of 5, and if you can really crush it on that 5 power turn, I think you do well. I would say that villainy leaders that deploy on 5 are have reasonable stat lines to go into like an overwhelming barrage are not as common as you think. And so having one that's in green, so you're getting to run overwhelming barrage and then the ramp to get you from 3 to 5 makes this an interesting deck. And it also isn't using the force base, which I think is interesting because there's a lot of like very kind of straightforward. You use one of the new leaders with the force base and
It'll be very. I'm very curious to see like long term, like say post rotation, etc. How many leaders from Legends of the Force are able to run decks that do not use force bases, right? Like
yes,
it'll be like how well are they able to use the bases, the rare bases introduced in Secrets of Power, right? Like, or are they dependent on a base that generates the force, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, many of them are, right? Like,
yes,
because they say spend the force, and
yeah,
you know, and that's that on the one hand fascinating, but on the other hand, like that just is so limiting that you're never gonna, like there's this rider of, and you have to play one of these 8 bases.
Yep.
Which is sad but frustrating. So,
but
that's the nature of the game.
Yeah.
Yep. I was watching.
What
the Friday
do you
live
have
stream
that's
and they
new?
Realized,
oh, sorry.
Yeah. So my new deck, we're finally in a place to do it. I've been waiting, and I'm. This is genuinely the most excited leader. The leader I'm most excited about is Avar Chris in red.
Really?
Okay. I'm actually, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Okay.
I'm most excited about Avar Chris in blue, but I just don't think it's as good. Unfortunately, Force Throw is super good.
It's a good card.
Force Throw is real good, and Kiadi Mundi is a good card. So, like, when you're running any leader who's not red, especially on heroism, there's a question of why not red?
Yeah.
I mean, my natural inclination is run Avar in blue, but what we've got, longtime listeners, dear listeners, know I've been asking for one thing, and one thing only, which is a compelling green heroism lady leader, and preferably who doesn't just play with the new
set mechanic. Yeah. That isn't like a typo leader. Yeah.
A bad typo. I mean, I even accept a good typo leader because we haven't gotten that yet. Like the good typo leaders are Cad Bane and so Avar Chris, she plays with the set mechanic, but that's, I mean, I'm not asking not to play with the set mechanic, but playing just with the keyword or whatever. But like, she seems pretty good. It's certainly viable. Like saying you're going to take her, I think it is fair to say today, July 13th, that if you're planning on taking her to a PQ, that you're planning on taking her to Galactics, you're not going to get laughed out, right? Like,
no.
There are leaders where it's like, we're not going to take you seriously. Avar's at least clearing that line of like,
yes,
she's at least
it's not
that
Hera.
good.
It's not Hera.
Right.
It's not Leia 4.
You mean
right?
Kanan?
Yeah.
Right. And so I've been asking for this, finally fulfilled, and I think I'm going to live that dream. She just, there's not a lot here that's exciting or interesting. She is the good stuff from historical red green hero, plus the best of the new stuff, right? Like, it's just all the old hits, like Poe Dameron, Timely,
Bright Hope.
Bright Hope, and then all you're sideboarding in like things like Home One, but then you got the new stuff like Kiadi Mundi and Keller and Beck, the new Mace Windu, and the legendary I opened in my pre-release that I'm most excited to see is Yoda. That
Yoda
thing,
is just a beating.
He's a beating, and my biggest concern about Yoda is he's fantastic when he comes out. There just aren't quite enough. My concerns are enough force spends or enough force sinks. Like he gets just disgusted. He has his built-in initial sink, and honestly, that's what you're asking for, right? Like, he's got a beautiful enter the battlefield. He's got a beautiful when played. But what you're really hoping for is to just keep doing it. His lightsaber
just
gives you an opportunity.
Down.
It's another opportunity to do it. But what you're really dreaming of, is, and that's something I find surprising that doesn't exist, is ways to just keep spending it. So you're really relying on Sorcerer's Blast to do it. You're relying on
Jedi Counselor.
Counselor, which to be fair, like you're playing basically like Jedi Counselor, you're basically playing anything at that point to just trigger more Yoda, because honestly, that just the stabilization and then just recurring just boom 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 damage. It feels good. It's good stuff that ramps, and it's unlike Han 2, it's no shenanigans. It's not like, it's literally just play the good stuff. The deck.
Yeah, I will say that Avar is one of the few leaders where I like Infused Brawler. I think that Infused Brawler is really attractive, but so often you're not able to play it on two with the Force, and Avar is one of the only leaders that lets you play it on two with the Force.
Right. Like as we've established, like a 5/3 on turn 1 is great. A 4/4 on turn 1 is great.
Good.
Like just absolutely removes all those new 2/4s that have been coming out. While generating the Force himself to allow you to immediately do more good stuff. Like answering, if you have initiative, like you're not going to keep it.
Sure.
But
like 2-cost units are fundamentally disposable. Like trying to have a 2-cost, trying to plan around the long-term survival of a 2-cost unit is like a fool's errand.
He's inevitably going to, he dies inherently by himself because you run him into a 2/4. And now he immediately then goes down to a 3/1. If you ever attack with him again, he's dead.
He'll die at the end.
Even if you run base. Right? So that, which is fine. But you've answered their turn 1 play. Possibly with gravy. So, no, the whole deck just plays smooth. I don't think my list is certainly not refined. I don't think the lists are quite refined. No. And I think it fails. Interestingly enough, some of the ramp question. As much as I like ramp fails the true good stuff deck test, which is that ramp is all about getting big so that you can play your big toys, which appeals to me, but you'd
rather just have the toys. You'd rather just have
I'd rather just have toys on curve, right? And I play testing Avar definitely tells me that there's elements of all of these are enablers and none of these are doers. You can absolutely end up in a like turn 6 where you're not quite there, and you don't have Poe, you don't have Mace, you just end up with a hand that's like Obi and Eth Koth and Bright Hope or something, and you're like, well, none of these are terrible, but like meanwhile Ned's over there flipping and overwhelming barraging on 5, and I'm just faffing about on 6. Like the whole deck just feels about like, Yoda's good. So play Yoda, but like I my concern is I need to figure out what to do that isn't just play Yoda. It hinges a little too much. All right, Ned, tell me about your something borrowed deck. What content creator are you spotlighting?
I have not borrowed something from Thork. I have borrowed something from Wu. So
like last set.
Dang it! All right. I like Woo and Thork are good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, I told you last time you couldn't do Thork and you did Woo.
Yeah.
But no, you've picked a fantastically beefy deck.
This is
tell me about
spicy.
your-
So this is a Darth Maul Virgin Temple. So this is a rare Force deck that doesn't run the 28 health Force base. I have not seen a lot of people running the 25 health Force bases that give you the Force with some other condition. And this is one of the challenges about running the deck is remembering the trigger condition for that. Because it's very...
Well, yes.
Yes.
I can imagine. The truth is, I think Virgin Symbol's the only one that's really any good.
I think that the red one
Spicy
is not...
take?
I don't think it's that spicy. I could see an argument for the red one, right? Like if you're running...
The red one's deals 3...
It's anything deals 3 to a base, yeah.
Well, when one of yours deals 3 damage
Yes,
to a
correct,
base.
yeah.
But, I mean, at that point, you're like, what are you doing with the Force if you're, like, reliably doing 3 damage to a base?
I mean, you're using it to play... You're using it so that you have Darth Tyrannus, right? Like, that's basically the argument, is that you need the Force for, like, Darth Tyrannus and Sorceress Blast and, like, Talzin's Assassin. And those are all things that are fine.
Is it worth 3 hit points to just not have things? You know, anyways, you're not running it. You're running Virgin's Temple.
I'm
or
running
Wu's
Virgin's
running
Temple.
Virgin's Temple.
So the idea behind this deck is that you're playing a whole bunch of units that have relatively big butts or that benefit from having damage thrown on them so that you can take advantage of Darth Maul's ability. So Darth Maul's ability pings 2 different things. So obviously if your opponent has 2 things on the board, that you spend the Force, you deal 2 damage.
That's the dream.
That's great, right? But your opponent will generally not cooperate with you, and they will try not to have 2 things on the board at a time, or not to have it be profitable for you to ping both of those things for whatever reason.
Oh, that was the trick against you, is not put 2 units on the board.
Don't put 2 units. In general, don't put 2 units on the board. But the deck is set up in such a way that it's okay if your opponent doesn't put 2 units on the board, because you can put a damage on Ogdo Bogdo. You can put your damage on your Devastating Gunship. You can put the damage on, I don't know, Dr. Pershing. Right, like all of these. Yeah, you have all these big butt units that it's perfectly fine if they take a little bit of damage. You combine that with a huge, the wide swath of really good value removal. So like IG 2000, Devastating Gunship, Ruthless Raider, Devastator, even Count Dooku unit from Spark. These, Talzin's Assassin, you have a wide variety of units that are basically removal. They're to use magic terminology, they're flame tongue kafus. They enter, they kill something, and then they leave behind a body that is perfectly reasonable. And frequently that body has 4 or more health, so that you get the Force back to use Virgin's Temple. So I think that this list is really good. The main kind of things that you also get to obviously play Force Throw. Again, this is a very minor complaint, is you frequently are in situations where your sequencing decisions become very difficult. So I'm thinking back to the game.
It is a Woo list, after all.
I was thinking back to one of the games that we played where I needed to do damage. I wanted to use Darth Maul's ability, but if I used Darth Maul's ability, then it was very likely that you would attack into my unit and leave me without the Force because it wouldn't have 4 health, right? And so what I wanted to do was, deal the damage and then hope you did something else. But I can't do that, so I had to pass, and there was, there's a lot of this weird trying to time things and hoping that your opponent doesn't keep you off of the Force. Because if they keep you off the Force, like Darth Maul is a fine leader, but they're not amazing if you don't have the Force, right? Like their front side's turned off, and then the back side, the flip side, is fine. It's fine. The other thing, this is Woo's list. I like Darth Maul's lightsaber reasonably well, but for me, I feel like you could be okay running instead Fallen lightsaber or Constructed lightsaber in the same slot, where
I do see. I mean, I'm seeing this list for the first time as we're talking about it. It is unusual. A little bit unusual for me to see a list with a named lightsaber where you're not running an additional unit named that thing.
Right.
Like, you run Luke with Luke's lightsaber, it's because you also have a Luke unit. You
yes.
run Vader with Vader's lightsaber. You also have at least one Vader unit.
And the problem is that the Darth Maul unit is fine, and it triggers your conditions, but is also a 5 that isn't fitting in the motif of the deck, which is you want things that do damage to your opponent's units on attack or on play, on when played, and it does do that. So yeah.
No, I mean I get why. You know, looking forward to Count Dooku's lightsaber. Although you only, never mind, you have 2 of them, but they're named different things. So
they are annoyingly enough.
I think Dooku is the first. I just realized that I'm going to post on Blue. No, Dooku's the first who has 3 different names. No, Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine, Chancellor Palpatine, and Darth Sidious.
Yes.
So yeah, they both got their 3rd name in the set. So yeah. Wow. Okay.
So yeah, it's a fun list. I played it against Parker. I won 2-0. And I would not say that it was remarkably. It was a brutal matchup. It was a good matchup for me. It was a good matchup for me.
It was. And that, so my deck list is Qui-Gon Jinn in Jedi Temple from Just Jack. For those who don't know, Just Jack is left Golden Dice podcast and started up at Fantasy Flight Games as, I believe the title is community manager, but that kind of Xander column of work. I am elated by this news. I cannot express enough happiness. I like when I heard this, I let out an audible whoop. Even though I was just conversing on Discord, I am pumped, and so I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt I wanted to find a Just Jack deck to highlight.
This has got a lot of spice in it.
No, it gets better. It gets better because, but the timing is Jack left the Golden Dice podcast right before Legends of the Force really got underway, and so none of their Legend of the Force preview content includes decks by Jack. So I actually asked Jack to make me a deck to borrow. This is a bespoke deck for our vows, Ned. I mean, it's possible he just had it lying around.
Sure.
But I couldn't find one. This is not a from Just Jack at Golden Dice podcast. This is, I said, hey, Jack, I really want to talk about the fact that I cannot imagine a better hire for the role than Jack. He has been a mentor and, dare I say, for somebody I've never actually met in real life, a friend since Swoo started. He is reliably present. He nails the balance between kindness and sass, and I think knows Star Wars Unlimited as well as anybody. And from a work ethic standpoint, he carries that back half of GDP as shown in their Legends of the Force preview video. He does everything. So I really had to get a Just Jack deck on this list. The entire reason I ran this deck is so that I could talk about how pumped I am that Jack is joining Fantasy Flight. Excellent hire.
Heck yeah, kudos.
Wish him and Fantasy Flight the best on that front. Good luck, Brian and Flock. As I have no idea what it's like to be a content creator who has to do all of the AV editing behind the scenes. So this deck, Qui-Gon in green, is not how I play.
No.
I think our aforementioned Cad Bane might be like the only yellow leader I've ever played because he asks nothing of me. This deck asks a lot.
Yes.
And it really requires excellent timing and bouncing things back to hand to then play them again. It is the opposite of a good stuff deck. I think there's real juice here.
Yes.
I also think I am not the pilot for this deck. I really struggled with this deck. just because like that kind of sequencing is the whole point is I only have two things I can do, which is hard cast things and then turn them sideways. And when you ask more of me, I suffer. But so I was not up to the task for piloting this deck. But man, there was a moment where you had. Who did you have out that you dropped the lightsaber? You had.
I had.
Talzin's assassin. With
yes, it was Talzin's assassin that I put the Darth Maul's lightsaber on.
And then I change of hearted it.
Yes, and then I had to kill it, and so I had to 3-for-1 myself. Yeah,
which felt great. I still lost that game,
right?
But that felt good. Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of surprising, right? Like that. That's the skill I think that sometimes I miss is the idea of like it was going to return to your hand anyway, right? Like so you could have just 1-for-1 plus 9 damage. But I mean 9 damage is a lot.
9 damage is a lot. No, I mean like so much on this list is juice, right? So you've got the change of heart where it combos super well with Qui-Gon, where you get to steal the unit and then bounce it back to your opponent's hand. So it's change of heart plus waylay, which is huge.
And then you get to play a real unit for free.
Yes.
Right? And the joy of it is you can take something really, I mean, like the dream is that, you change of heart some, Devastator or some other capital ship and then use it to play Keller and Beck and bring something else out. Or, there's a lot of, like, but the problem is I just couldn't survive up until those dream turns.
Yes. I mean, you've got the really aggressive, I think that Venestra, I'm saying their name wrong, the 3-cost 3/4 that readies itself.
Yep, Venestra Rowe.
Plo Koon and Depa Balaba, I think, are just all amazing units.
The real, yes. Yeah. You got a lot of stuff in here that, with the ambush and so forth. The clear theme of the deck is take damage 2 units, bounce, and get back. The one engine I couldn't get going, which I wish I could have, is the dream is General's Blade, right?
Yes.
Because then you can, and I probably should have played General's Blade earlier, right? Like because the problem is, you got to have a full engine. You don't want to be returning the card that has General Blades on it. But so you put General Blade on something, and then you can like return a 3-cost to play a 4-cost, and for free. And then you just get this like really nice cycle of ramping up as opposed to the idea is that you're playing something else for the bounce because of either when played or to reset the damage.
Yeah.
But if you can be playing something more expensive, that's the dream. I just could not get it to go off.
Yeah.
But,
the clone is also... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, clone's great. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was playing against a deck whose beef existed primarily in the form of also when played or upgrades.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, you have nothing that I want to clone.
No.
There's nothing in your Darth Maul Wu deck that was worth spending 7 on. I was excited about this deck. Getting Yoda to go off is nice, but this was not the deck for me. But thank you very much, Jack. I genuinely appreciate it and wish you the best. And now for my favorite segment of the segment, blue. Which is the best color. We know it, although I'm increasingly, something blue. So we the final bit, Ned and I pick blue leaders. Ned, who is your blue leader that you are excited
to play? It is Grand Admiral Thrawn. The blue Thrawn with a yellow base. This is mainly on the back of the new card Legacy Run, which is just absolutely absurd, right? Like if you get to trigger Legacy Run, this goes back to that one-sided board wipe that Overwhelming Barrage can do. And you have a lot of ways to trigger it. You can sneak attack out a Legacy Run. You can Legacy Run and then next turn Merciless Contest it. You can Legacy Run and run it into something your opponent has if they have something in space. You can Chimera on 6 to trigger it and then just go absolutely hog wild banana pants. Down at the lower end, you've got Zygerian Starhopper and Elite P-38 Starfighter, which are both perfectly fine units. But they're more like direct damage that you get to throw around to keep the opponent's board state from getting too big. And then you've got Director Krennic, of course. A 2/2 with shield has established itself as very good, and the fact that you get to discount your when defeated units, which is the vast majority of your deck, is pretty significant. I think
So I have a question.
Yes.
Why Lompike?
Hole filling. So I needed things that could fit at multiple costs. Lompike also combos with Darth Vader in a fun way.
Yes.
Lompike also combos with the shuttle and with Fleet Interdictor or just any other just kill stuff effects. Because anything you can do to break the symmetry of Lompike is good. Would I prefer?
That's fair.
Yeah.
There's a lot of symmetry, a lot of ways to play this deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good deck.
I think it's pretty reasonable. I think the main things that this deck is going to struggle with is if your opponent just has a lot of beef on board, right? Like against like a beefy aggressive list, like a
this feels like a deck that needs to run Legacy Run.
Yeah.
And if you've got 3 Legacy Runs at the bottom of your deck,
you're
not powerless, but
you
just
lose.
super laser blasting until you find the Legacy Runs.
Yeah. And the Legacy Run also isn't even good into a control list. So I feel like this is the kind of list that I tend to lean into where they are good against decks that are trying to play what it's trying to do. Like if your opponent is trying to play like reasonably sized units onto the board, you do a great job. But if they get under you or they get over you, you've completely tuned your deck to beat other kind of fast and mid-sized mid-range decks. And so you just have a bad time.
So,
what about you?
I want to ask one other follow-up question.
Yes.
We don't need to peek behind the curtain too much, but why not Talzin?
For me personally, why I didn't include Talzin in my list of leaders, the answer is because I'm taking it to Galactics, and I know that of our devoted cadre of leaders, I wanted number one not to leak information, and number two, I am still monkeying with the list. Like the core of it
Fair
is
enough.
together, but I don't feel like I've completely nailed it. But that is the deck that I'm taking to Galactics is Talzin Red.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I was just curious. It's
Yeah.
a blue leader. I know you're pumped. I'm also very excited about Talzin. And in fact, I told you that I was going to be bringing Talzin. I've got a Talzin green list I am pretty happy with.
Mm-hmm.
But in the interest of talking about things that are just fun, right? Is that the word we're looking for?
Yeah,
Fun.
I think so. Yeah.
And genuinely excited about. I stumbled upon a deck while I was just trying to kind of. I net deck. I'm all the time. That's why I made the net deck site. I don't think I really appreciated what Kylo Ren brings to the table, and so I've got. This is not my list. It's not a borrowed list. This is just like two amalgam of 2 lists that I saw online. But I realized pretty late. Right, I had a whole talking points I want to talk about Talzin in green. I had assumed earlier in the week you would be talking about Talzin in red, and then we could talk about that. But it turns out that Kylo Ren ECL is very appealing.
Juice. Yeah.
Because it's just the green blue villainy good stuff deck.
Yes.
Which is, but as we've established, like his grandfather, you flip a really beat stick leader, and that's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just being able. So this deck just runs the blue. Green villainy package. You've got Pershing and Inferno 4 and Pike Sentinel to slow up the game. You got Death Trooper, Dark Trooper, Super Laser Technician, not Power Dark Side, Resupply. Nothing here seems weird. You've got at the top end. You've got a lot of original Vader, Maul, Avenger, right? Like, so you just get this like delightful package of good stuff, which really appeals to me. And you're gonna find that good stuff because you're tossing upgrades, and blue and green and villainy have a respectable number. You know, in my head when I saw Kylo previewed, I was picturing lightsabers, right? I was picturing like innates and things like that. You know, that I'm just like, well, what moves the needle? But then realizing, you know, like the Kylo Ren. So yeah, there's Kylo Ren's lightsaber, but like legal authority, like early game, you don't really need that early game. You save that for the
flip turn.
Switch,
Yeah,
flip turn. But the ability to convert a legal authority early on into just draw a bit different, better card.
Yeah,
that's got juice. You know, like if entrenched is a common sideboard card because some games it's money, some games it's not. In a game where it's not money, now you can just toss it, and you probably don't necessarily want to play it on your own Kylo Ren when he flips.
Sure,
but you can just toss it. You don't worry about it. You toss it for a card. You right, like, and then the new craving power, right, which is just a beast of a card and absolutely a beast of a card if free, right?
Yeah.
So like they've got 2 units out. Like that is just I've played with this deck a little. It is a glorious flip turn. Being able to bring out Kylo, craving power to defeat one of their units, legal authority to capture a second one. Like just those 2 alone is like puts overwhelming barrage in its tracks.
Yeah, and you're still got like a 7/9 Sentinel that you're sitting on, right? And because
right, and then on top of that, if they deal with it, well, congratulations, you've just got Vader, Maul, Avenger, like backing him up. Like this deck, I was promised, and I'm holding Fantasy Flight to this early on, that, and they even noted aggression. No aspect or aspect pair is tied in the long term of the game to any archetype. Like that while with thanks to Sabine,
aggression,
Green Bean, and early, that aggression was aggro, but that there is a world where the most aggro decks are not in red.
Yes.
Right? And that very early game, thanks to Iden and to Kira and Krennic, like blue villainy was a very control-oriented color. I still think we're going to see plenty of Kira at Galactics, because while normally you might not expect to see so much control early on, like all of the new stuff, it feels very shenanigan-y, very, very easily disrupted, and Kira will just feast on that. I mean, you know, or some people have a legitimate belief. It is a reasonable belief to go to Galactics thinking we'll feast on that. But that's always been the idea. But like, there's absolutely a world where red heroism, we were promised, and I think we're starting to see peaks of that. That red heroism is the control color.
I mean, I think
that blue black is the aggro color for the set, right?
And I mean, I think that there's a lot of the card base there. Like Kiadi Mundi is a perfect, like, yes, you can play it as an aggro card, but I think it's perfectly fine as a control card, right? Like, it's a reasonably sized
4/4 slows the game down, draws 2 to get you to more answers.
More stuff, you know. Mace Windu, another fine card. Like, I was expecting, I was hoping that back during Twilight, that when Mace Leader was previewed there, that you could see like heroism, a more controlling heroism red list with Mace, because that was just such an efficient way to turn resources into damage.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, when the archetype can be changed, like proscriptively, like prescriptively, but if the leader sucks, then it's not going to be changed descriptively. Right. And like Mace was super fascinating, but like just too many hoops. Whereas I suspect there's only so many ways you can make a leader, like there's only so many leader actions you can make. There's a reason why we've seen a number in green that are just given XP meeting criteria.
Some condition.
Right? We've got Snoke and Obi-Wan and Tarkin. Like it keeps coming up. I think, but like I think Yoda leader Kylo leader, these ideas of these flip turn leaders where, coming out of Kira, where their action is fine. The real thing that they do is the flip turn. Not who they flip into.
Right.
Like Anakin. But
the power of the flip. Right. Like they get the leader ability that's concentrated into a single moment that is the action of them flipping.
Right.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I missed it, and seeing these Kylo decks floating around, I'm pumped. I'm here for it. It's this is the dream, because the problem, I always loved Krennic. Set 1, Krennic was my favorite deck. And the problem was, the question is, and every time Krennic gets a resurgence, there's this idea of like, well, if you're running Krennic, why not run Iden?
Right.
And if you're running Iden, why not run Kira? Because that deck, that blue villainy green deck, just naturally gravitates towards wanting to be control. Like, and the purest form of control is Kira. And I've been thwarted by that again and again. That I don't want to play control because I'm bad at it. I want to play a slow mid-range deck. I want to play a mid-range beefy deck with a few answers to things that make me sad. And that's never been as viable as just playing Kira. And I think Kylo's got, we'll see. Like, I don't know if he actually has enough answers to beat a Kira deck. He looks slow, but I'm pretty pumped. So Ned, this is this the third set we've done this for? Is this our third time, our second time renewing our vows? So
yes,
we will go to the Taco Bell Chapel in Vegas and feast for dinner.
Beautiful.
If you would like to come and enjoy a crunch wrap and a celebration of our love, we hope you do so in Las Vegas. I'll post on Blue Sky at swoodb.com. Custom handles, love them. That's who I like. Easy. That's who I am. Go to Blue Sky at swoodb.com.
Yep.
Just if you pay money every year for a domain name and you're on Blue Sky and you're not using a custom domain, like for the longest time when Fantasy Flight was on Blue Sky, but their handles like unlimited FFG at bsky.app or whatever, hosted through someone else. I'm like, why? StarWarsUnlimited.com.
Yeah.
That's like, that be at StarWarsUnlimited.com. Why would, I am shocked that they didn't go through with that. So anyways, if you're a podcast with a domain name, like, I mean, Ned and I, if we cared one iota about social media, at theforceunlimited.com, but then we'd be posting on 2 accounts.
That's effort,
I'm
man.
not that person. Ned. Yeah, right. No, that's not us. Anyways, dear listener, we have used up a full hour. We actually covered a ton. I'm proud of us.
Yes.
I feel like that was a meaty hour. I'm not going to ask you to get into the comments and tell us what your favorite deck most excited about.
Get in the comments.
We don't engage if you want to, I guess. It's fine. What I really want to hear is like, come show me, like, bring your favorite decks to Galactics or to locals if you're in Portland. If you don't live in Portland and you're not going to Galactics, then I don't know when we play, but one day we will. But that's what I want to actually play all of the new decks. I haven't seen this much excitement for a wide variety of leaders in a long time. So yeah, that is our episode, July 13th, episode 39, the Force Unlimited and our Star Wars Unlimited podcast. Ned, do you have any final thoughts?
See you in the funny papers at Galactics.
Yeah, woo, Taco Bell Chapel, woo. All right.
Woo.